Tires starting to come in. You know what time it is. All right, first things first, welcome back. It's been a minute. We kind of been MIA, but we got a little bit of racing coming up, so it's time to get back into it. But first, let's catch up. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We're back in the shop. It's been 4 months since the last time we've been in here to do some recording. Even our last vlog, you know, there's really not much excuses other than life. You know, there's family, work, and then work, and then family. Of course, family always comes first. So we've obviously have a newborn. She's doing great. I think the biggest thing we had prior, or even after the last vlog that we did, was the SJD inaugural race, Southern National. So that took a lot of our time. We're trying to deliver what we said we were going to do, and we did. I think the show came out to be a really good success. I want to shout out to everybody. Thank you for coming out. I don't think that's really something that I really got to express because we got to run so late and stuff. But shout out to everybody who came. Boy Tiki came out from 956. I haven't talked to him in a while, so shout him out. We got to give him a call pretty soon. Everybody from Oklahoma who came down. Shout out to the Chapman's track was on it all night. Everything came out pretty cool. The Mud Boss race was pretty awesome. It was real successful. I thought it was gonna be way different than what it turned out to be. It was really good racing going on there. Shout out to Thompson's for letting us have it there. A lot of lessons learned from that event, so hopefully our next one will be just as smooth and just as big. But actually, we did get to go out racing a couple of weeks ago. We went out to Abilene. Me, little Vic, and Kevin, and his new girl. Ashley, she went out there. We shout out to Abilene, did some racing. So we ended up taking the Midwest Mod, the Custom Works Midwest Mod, and our Custom Works 10.5 sprint car. So there was a lot of work had to be done prior to that. So before we look into the future, let's talk about what happened here recently at the races. It's actually gonna be a race vlog. So not much of a race vlog, I'll do some voiceovers. And then I'll be coming in and out and tell you what I had to do if I remember the notes I took. But we got to record. So we'll jump into that. Like I said, we took the Midwest Mall. Last time we raced it, we had taken to Indy, and Indy was pushing really bad. So I just raced it that one time, kind of put it up. So we took it out, and then I ended up doing a bunch of adjustments to it. I was able to shift the battery over to the far left. So the battery now is far left over. Added some weight to the front. I think the biggest deal that we had with that car, it had so much front droop that it was all traction. Now, I didn't get to do any video of all the actual work I did, but I'm pretty much just telling you, and I'll pop a picture in here. We shifted the battery all the way over, and we went all the way forward. You know, these cars are really light, the Custom Works. So, and I have never really driven much of them. When I first got back into it, I was driving one, but even then, no, it was the Custom Works, but even then, it was already set up by somebody else and everything. So this one we kind of built off ourselves. It has a newer chassis in it, a couple of new parts from the Rocket 5 stuff. And then, so we did that, and then we ended up moving the arms on the rear. We had it all the way forward, so the chassis was as short as possible, which is kind of like a double-edged sword. You get more rotation, but you get more traction, and the car had way too much traction. I think the biggest thing was the droop. So we eliminated the droop, lowered the car, and then the car was ready. I think we have a 7.0 in it, which I think was a little bit too much. We couldn't use all of it, but nevertheless, we got that ready. So 10.5 sprint car. Biggest thing we did, you can see it behind me. I finally got to put the MR Customs body, wing, everything MR Customs on it. Let's check it out. All right, so obviously it has been used already, but I mean, it's still looking pretty fresh. Oh man, it came out really good. Like every MR Customs body, it does take time. to actually cut out, paint. But when you finish and you do all the fine, I mean, look how, this was what I really like, how tight it is. And then how close everything is really. And then these top wing mounts, man. Yeah, I really, really like those top wing mounts. Now, obviously this is I had this kit for a while and I've talked about it before, maybe even last year. That's kind of sad, but I finally put it together, and biggest regret I have is not doing it sooner. I love the way it fits. Yes, they're a big supporter of mine, but I don't, whether they supported me or not, I'm still supporting because this is what I like. The details they put into it, it looks cool. It fits really well. The bodies are really light and they're durable. I mean, trust me, if you see my late model body, I'll put that thing through hell, but the thing that don't last is the paint because it gets knocked off. But I did reach out to them and say, hey, and I was gonna talk to him about the wing mount. I needed more adjustment. Right here, I came to the point where I needed to get more. See how it's a pretty good rate going in there. I needed to take some of it out of it, and I was gonna reach out to him about giving some more. But I had talked to him like, hey, can you send me some extra mounts because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna tear these up. Not only that, the front wing, I have it set up pretty aggressive on it, where the fins are sticking up really high. I want to be able to have two different front spoilers, so I can have one that's like almost all the way down, so take some of the edge off the front, some of the steering out of it. Just tuning, right? Just what this for. So I reached out to him, and then just like that, man, they're pretty quick. Check it out. So I mean, within less of a week, it shipped me out new deals, and I was looking at these. It's got already the extra mount, so it was my bad because I actually waited too long to put it in, and they already had revised it. So not a very good part of my time as a team driver, but knocked it out. So I got another top wing with it, a little smaller one. So yeah, other than that, the sprint car was pretty good. We just kind of cleaned it up. The biggest thing was the body. Like I said, it takes time, but I also kind of like not perfectionist, but I really like to make it fit as good as possible. So yeah, put it together, and then off to Abilene we went. So let's check it out. All right, so we are straight into round one. We did not get to do any practice with the sprint car. Pretty much just put it together, threw a setup on it. As you can see, one of the biggest problems that I have at the moment is that the car is really loose, and the back end's not planted. We make the most of it. The biggest issue that I'm having during this race is that, come to find out, was that the transponder wasn't running. We had to use a different transponder that it's pretty much infrared, or it has to be seen by that bar that goes across right there on the finish, back straightaway, front straightaway, what you want to call it. For some reason it was acting up. It was a rental, so this round is pretty much a wash. Just try to get hang of the track, get some practice from it. So as you can see, having a pretty tough time with it. All right, now we have the Midwest. I did get a chance to practice the Midwest. Midwest being the car that I've driven the least out of every single car that I have in my fleet. So I did get to drive it. The track conditions were different. The car felt really good, but obviously, as you can see, I don't know if you can notice, but when I come into the turn, other than my lane choice is not correct. So at this point, I'm still trying to get a hold of the track, but other than that, you'll see the right front diving in, and the car is trying. It's nosing down, but it's just not steering. So it's a whole lot better than what it was, but it's still really tight coming in. So once again, it's just something that we're learning as I'm going. Definitely need drag brake on this car. But at this point, we're just making laps. We're just having a good old time.
I gotta keep going for a hard name. Sorry, you got Sam down, Denver down, Bryson down.
All right, round two. At this point, as you can see, we are doing way much better with the car. Track conditions are the same. We were the first ones up, so they had just finished watering the track. In the pits, what we found out was the left front bearing was pretty much seized up. I'll put a picture in it here. And then we ended up replacing it. Go ahead and change the other side, checked everything out. We moved the wing back. If you noticed earlier when we were talking in the video, in the intro, I needed to take some of the rake out of it. I wasn't able to, so we just moved it back. Did some adjustments to the left rear spring, added some for it to come off. Another thing that I had to make a huge adjustment on is my driving style. I know one of the comments on my videos, and I do read my comments, it is correct that whenever you drive a car like this, especially that I have the high amount of downforce and even like the late model, you don't want to necessarily dump the throttle when you come into the turn. It's more like ease off and ease back in. So it's something that I was just trying to throw some heaters in, because Hunter himself, man, he was running really good. And at this point, we had to make this one count because my other one didn't count. We have a new or a different transponder that Kevin let me borrow, so it is reading. Everything is good. So we got a whole lot better results out of this one. The car felt really good. Still need to work on my lane choices, but we're making rounds and trying to stay out of trouble, trying to get the car moving. So it was a good round. All right, back to the Midwest. We in the pits. What we ended up doing is earlier I mentioned that we had moved the battery over to the far left and said that we had moved it forward. That was incorrect. I actually just moved it far left because I was running the battery in the center, so it was far left. Went back to the pits after the first race, moved it all the way forward, as far forward as it can go. If you look in the picture previously, there's some more room to move forward, so I went all the way up as I could up to that body mount. And then I mentioned we need a drag brake, so I went through the settings. I did have drag brake, but the frequency on it was too soft. So I need to get a little aggressive. So I can't remember exactly how much I brought it down. I think I split it down to the middle of what I had it. So it was full frequency, meaning it was really soft. And at that point, Kevin did make some adjustments trackside before the race. But the biggest thing, what he was telling me, is at the end of the straightaway, hit the brake. That's not something usually that I do. It's only an off-road thing for me. But hit the brake, shove the weight to the front, make the car rotate. So that's kind of hard. That's not something that I usually do, so it's inconsistent. But the car is getting around a little bit better. But like I said, we'll just make the most of it, try to make some laps, and we'll adjust in the pits afterwards again. Alright, so we jumped straight into the mains for the sprint car. We squeezed in a TQ. So hey, yeah, excited about that. Didn't really have high like expectations. We were just out there had some fun. It's always good to have a TQ. So we start off. We're doing pretty good. Made an error, got out of the groove. At this point, track conditions were pretty much the same, at least prep wise. Whenever we raced before, we got water on the track before. So before the mains, we had lower heats, and then the lower mains, and then our race. We sprinkled the track. Everything was good. Like I said, I got out of the groove. At the moment, it felt like the track was going away, but on hindsight, you start looking at this video. Biggest problem I had was just overshooting my lane. The groove got narrow, as you can see. It was a little bit dusty on top, and every time I got onto it, it just spun out. So, and really, in hindsight, the biggest problem was I just missed my marks. The car was doing good. It's just one of those deals, you know. It's all good. We were here to have fun. We learn from our mistakes. That's what these videos are for as well. So, congratulations to first place winner. I'm not sure who it was. I can't remember, but it was all good. It was fun. Spin out. All right, so we're in the main for the Midwest. I think we qualified second. Cool. At this point, we had made some more adjustments to the brake, drag brake frequency, trying to get it to kick in a little harder. Like I mentioned before, it just seemed like the track was a little bit more loose. I can't get the car to grip going forward, which is kind of a different problem that we had prior. I think I missed the setup when it comes to this car, the main. I think I should have added more droop to it at this point, just to try to get it to bite. Yeah, there's all kinds of excuses I can make, but either way, we could not utilize all the power in this car. So as you can see, I'm really just coasting, just trying to survive, to be honest. So at this point, we're just trying to stay where we're at. Maybe hopefully grab a nice cool little pumpkin trophy. That I think we ended up finishing second or third in this one. So yeah, too much power. I think a 10.5 would have been awesome in this car. We never changed it out. It running 3 cars because my boy Little Vic was running. So, you know, it's one of those things. Like I said, overall, we're here just to drive, have some fun. It was slowly making progress and learning this car. So we're in survival mode. Definitely in survival mode. All right, guys, that's it. We did it. Vlog in 4 months. It's been a minute. Missed it. Had a great time. Shout out to 4-Way Speedway for the hospitality. Had a great time. End of the day, we missed the setup. Missed the driving. It's nothing unusual. But we had a great time. I mean, it's been a while since we got to race. Got Little Vic to go with me. Met up with Kevin. You know, it's all good. Had fun. Obviously, we always want to win, but it is what it is. At this point, just have some fun, you know. Thank you to everybody who came out, say what's up, saying they watched the channel. It's kind of flattering, you know. I forgot how many people watch this, you know. At the end of the day, I'm just like one of y'all. I'm just a racer who's hoping to try to make it and make it, at least have fun. You know, this is a hobby. No matter what you think, it's a hobby. I was glad. It was cool meeting everybody, trying to help as much as I can in any way I can. But like always, shout out to Kevin. Thanks for all the help. Shout out to all my sponsors who helped me out. MR Customs, Power Products, Hobby Wing, J Concepts, the graphic shop. Even though we don't got no graphics on it, but I know that if I wanted one, he'd shoot me one whenever he can. Yeah. SJD, buddy. Silky, we miss you. RC Chili Bowl 2024 is coming right up. I've actually worked on that vlog. Like I mentioned earlier, we got tires coming in. The rest of the tires should be coming in Tuesday next week. This is the, what is it? I don't know, it's 18? Something like that. Sunday, midnight. Try and get this video up. It'll be up in the morning. Hopefully around Thanksgiving, we'll have the next one up because I already started. So we start doing all the Chili Bowl vlog, prep, whatever. But got to put a body in the late model. That's coming up too. Mojo, buddy, track did a number on it. And I mean, I guess of course I hit a couple of things. You know, it happens. But we did it. Had a great time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.